previous episode, with our first new streamliners, the Pioneer Zephyr and the streamlined Hudson now being put into full active service, we have fully reached the streamliner age. And in this episode, we're going to continue expanding our operations across the map and hopefully get started on transporting some more freight. As you can see, before I started the recording, all the roads around here are now getting completely paved over. No more dirt roads anywhere for the rest of the game. And oh, I guess I forgot about this road that leads to this particular industry. No problem. I could easily pave that over. Anyway, now with every road now fully paved, let's basically get started on expanding our operations. One thing that we need to start expanding is the line from Pine Valley all the way to Black Diamond City, because we'll need a much better direct route. Also, at the same time, I think we need to start replacing many of our aging buses. Our buses are doing fine, though, however, they're starting to get a little old. But I think I'll just keep one set of buses and try to keep bus service A in service with the regular buses. Let's see. But the rest of these buses, however, they need to be modernized. First of all, I'm removing their colors, and I'm going to basically use this particular bus. This bus, basically from the 1930s. A little more streamlined and a little more faster. And also, actually, no. I want to try using one of these Renault buses. These actually only hold 27 passengers compared to these 24, but actually they hold a lot more. But I think I'll probably rather just try to get one of these instead. Just to verify my buses, because these Renault buses are kind of like the ones that we've been seeing in America in the 1930s. Now let's get started on expanding our operations. We're going to basically extend our tracks back up to out of Pine Valley, all the way back up to Black Diamond City. Of course, we got to get rid of the catenary system because we're not going to use it. And do that, but we'll also need to build a small track for a turntable, as we're going to operate rail cars on this one. Approach A enable, spin it around, and place it down there. Now my rail car can easily be turned around. Let me think. Oh, we've also got some new buses. These buses are the same, although smaller, and some of these come with trailers. We also have the new airplane, a Douglas DC-3, a new boat, a new steam engine, the Hiawatha, some new trucks from Opel, a new passenger car, and that's basically it. We're going to curve it to the right and build a tunnel through this mountain, well, this hill, passing this logging camp. Although I could connect to all of these industries, I'm only interested in particularly connecting, well, only basically delivering one of every commodity. That doesn't have to also include all industries. Also, this road crossing needs to be replaced. We'll replace it with the crossbucks. We'll straighten the track and build over the river. Let's see. We'll replace this bridge with... I think we'll basically use a stone bridge on this one. Let's see, where is stone? Stone. Ah, here we go. Stone bridge. Maximum speed of 124 miles an hour, but I don't think we're going to be having trains running on that line for quite a while at that speed. I'm also setting up a double slip switch and turning this into a regular crossbuck. Alright, now we have a new express line ready for operation. That will basically be a little faster to get through. Albeit, it's going to basically bypass Riverside. So I might want to actually start a new express that will go through Whiskey and Grand Valley and Pine Valley to reach Woodsburg. Now then, let's see. One thing's for sure, I'm gonna set it up on track 2. It's gonna go through Pine Valley, then through Whiskey, Grand Valley, and then into Woodsburg, and then back the same way. And why is the station in Whiskey called Exchange? I don't know. But one thing's for sure, the passenger train is going on platforms 4 and 3 at Whiskey, and changing the platforms at Grand Valley to the correct platforms. Let's see. Which track is this express train running on? Oh, this one will be going on track 4 instead. With that out of the way, if I basically follow the track routes, yeah, it's all ready to go. But it will need some new signals first. I'll start placing them down on the new extension. Yeah, that signal was set in the wrong direction, so it wouldn't basically work. Put your signal here, so a train could basically exit onto the main line easily, because one track will be reserved for a commuter train. Oh, Granite now needs some new commodities. Granite now needs silverware, which is perfect, because we're actually producing silverware right now. The only other consumer for silverware is in the town of Whiskey, which we are now taking care of by road. Though it does need more silver bars. Let's see. Oh, Granite now also requires machinery. So we can supply it with building materials, champagne, silverware, and machinery. Now let's see. We'll need a good spot to basically bring in all of these required commodities. We'll build a large freight station, 360 meters, and we'll see if we can put it smack dab in the middle of town. Perfect. It has a good outreach to most of the commercial and industrial buildings. Plus, it will allow our trains to easily connect to this stone quarry. We'll do it that way, do that, and then basically connect both ends here. I'll also need to set up the switch here and here to make it easier for our trains to make our return trip back. And this crossing also needs to go. No, so we need to flatten this ground a bit. And then, let's see. I'll make a spur track here. Well, a switch. Do it like that. And then build over the river. A 4-track steel bridge. Interesting. I'm also going to make the track a little flatter. And convert this into a cutting. Because a cutting surprisingly costs less than a tunnel thanks to the no cost for excavation mods. Well, landscaping, I mean to say. I just tried to basically make my tracks look like they've been part of the landscape for decades. Now, with that out of the way, we'll need to set up a couple more signals. And also set up a slip switch, which we already have. And then set up a couple more signals along this section of track. Now, we can easily get champagne made at the champagne factory near Kingsburg. And at the same time, let's see. Hold on. Those signals were a little too close to the bridge, so spacing them out to make it a little bit easier. And I also got to change the signal design on this one. Perfect. I also want to basically smooth this ground out a bit. And that should basically take care of the new extension. Now, the granite recycling plant needs both sand, slag, and wastewater to produce into building materials. And according to consumers, Riverside, Granite, and Ridgeland are the only towns needing it. So, if it's 3 for here, well, one trade's carrying both wastewater and sand and slag, so that's going to basically be 2. And there's 3 consumers, so it's going to be about 5. But hopefully, we might be able to get a locomotive that will basically handle the deliveries of the waste products from the separation plant a lot easily pretty soon. We'll extend the track out a bit. Do that, and that. And then set up the switches to make sure that everything is set accordingly, so my trains could get in and out of this freight yard easily. Alright. Next, we'll be able to switch right here. And then connect to this. As long as this track right here is not going to go over the ballast. It looks okay. Not smooth, but it works. We'll smooth the ground out and set up the signals here at the junction. Oh, I just realized if I put those signals there, then the switches are going to get blocked. I'm going to set up some signals here at this junction. And replace the ones here with the correct type. Perfect. With that in mind, and every signal already set to position, I think it's time to operate our new express train. Speaking of which, I need to name it. This will go from, let's see, I believe this is Express Train I. So, Express Train I, which goes from Black Diamond City, which will basically go through PV for Pine Valley, WK for Whiskey, and GV for Grand Valley to Woodsburg. Actually, Black Diamond City / Woodsburg. Then it will make the same trip on the return line. Now, also, since this new track is connected super close to this vineyard, I could at least start. I think it's time to start transporting some grapes, so we can start producing champagne. I'll just need to curve this track out, go forward, and let's see, do that, go a little straight for the signal and turn it into a double slip switch. Though I'll have to set up another pair of signals here for the new section that goes towards the vineyard. With that out of the way, let's see. Farm products. So this is going to be Freight Train B5, and it's going to carry, well, grapes. Since there's no other destination that the grapes aren't needed in. Plus, I also need to get the station set up somewhere where it could easily deliver the loads of, well... Oh! Now we got ourselves a new electric engine, the GG1. That could basically prove pretty well on passenger service. Now, let's see. We already have an express going there already, so I think it's time to operate a new express, going all the way into the city of, you guessed it, Cedar Point. So, let's see. This is going to see. Okay. I believe Freight Train F was the first one to have electric, so Freight Express Train J will basically be the second electric express train. So, Express Train J from... Hold on. Not Pine Valley South. Oh, it's on line 1 instead, so I need to basically redo it. Let's see, where is line 2? I'll delete that for now. I'll work on it pretty soon. Express Train J. This will go from Javaburg to Cedar Point. And dash E for an electric. This will be our first express that will travel on this particular route. And I also got to get started on putting up some electric multiple unit trains. Because we got commuters later on that will be very important for later. Now, let's see. Since it's going to be an electric train, it needs to be on track 3 or track 4. And let's get ourselves an electric locomotive. Now that Black Diamond City Train Depot, let's go for electrics. PRRGG1. And its passenger cars will basically be the same as the steam-powered trains. Though, I'm giving it a bit of a darker maroon to actually match the locomotive. So, 2 passenger cars, well, 2 baggage cars, 3 coaches, diner, parlor, sleepers, and an observation. I'll purchase it, and it will be our 60th train in active revenue service. Oh, cannot connect all stations. That is odd. Surely I got all the stations connected. Also, I think this train needs to be a little darker red. Let me see. Maybe I could keep the locomotive in this color and just repaint the coaches a little more brighter red. So, I'm gonna keep the GG1 as it is, but I'm also gonna repaint the coaches back to their previous colors. So, electric commuter express trains will basically have this color to distinguish it from the rest. Mainline express trains will have that are powered by steam and possibly diesel will be powered electrically. Whoa. Okay, that catenary system does not look well on that tight curve. Now let's see. Javaburg. Let's see. Could not connect all stations. I need to have a look at my electrified sections of track. If there's a broken link, then I can easily put that in and it will fix it. Doesn't make sense though. How could this track basically have a problem with no catenary wiring connecting to its final intended destination? Speaking of which, It is heading for Javaburg. Maybe I could just delete that station for now and just put it in Cedar Point Station. Wait, is the station electrified? Maybe that's the problem. Let's see, configure. Oh, it has no catenary. No wonder. Okay, now everything is set up. Now, with that out of the way, let's actually get back to business. We need to get started on transporting champagne. Well, basically delivering loads of grapes to be processed into champagne. Let me see. Maybe considering the fact that Granite's the only town that needs champagne, I could easily just make a straight double track here and have a crossover. And then just try to find a way to connect to Granite this way. Hold on. Let's see. Maybe I could try doing something like this. Actually, I found a good way to actually make the tracks be on the crossover a little more smoother. Like so. We'll build a small bridge over. And let's see. We'll convert this into this, because a stone bridge is basically stronger than wood. And we'll basically build that. Let me see, is this road already overlapping a crossing? Yes, all up there. So I might have to modify this road to have no passage. Okay. Let's see. We'll raise it up a little bit. Then basically make it flat. But long enough to basically build a bridge on top. Or actually, I could just build a track right now. And basically do that. I'll have to bore an extra berth into this tunnel, which is okay. Though it does, in fact, change the design of the tunnel. But I'm fine with it for this one. There's already enough tunnels that already have the previous design on it already. We'll put a double slip switch in. And now, all we need to do is basically build a road bridge over this track. Let's see. Let's see if we can basically raise the road up a little bit more. And let's see. Perfect. Oh, but this rear end piece is curved, so hold on. There we go. Just have to do is just make a piece that's straight, and then just copy the straight piece onto the other end of the bridge. What? Oh my gosh. There's gotta be some... Or, actually... Let's see. Let's actually try building an underpass tunnel. Not what I wanted, but at least, however, it makes the bridge it makes the tunneling, it doesn't affect the track too much, I think. Alright, now, just add some signals here, as well as one here, and I believe our new route is ready to go. So, we're going to quickly set up a new route, pick up grapes from Pine Valley South, fill it up with 10 minutes, paint it blue, and connect it to Kingsburg sidings on track 1. This will be known as Freight Train B5 Farm Products Grapes. With that in mind, we can now get started on investing in a new locomotive. This 484 Northern has proven to be pretty well on handling fast freights, but however, its wheelbase is a little big for the curves, so I think another Fillmore and Western consolidation will do it. And to carry the grapes, we're probably going to also use one of these reefer cars. We'll just basically recolor this one to carry the grapes in. 600 grapes. That will basically be a pretty good amount of money brought in. But I'm afraid we won't have enough time to basically focus on the commuter trains. We'll basically take care of that in the next episode. So, if you enjoyed this episode of my Let's Play at Transport Fever 2, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. The Texas TV Industries for new video uploads on Friday or Saturday, depending on my outside schedule. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!